All right, constant does not change. At my house, it usually sounds like this. I am sick of you kids constant fighting. Why do I always constantly have to pick up after everybody else? See, constant, you're always fighting. I always have to pick up. It never changes. That's what constant means. Dependable value is the value that depends upon something else. And it's the y. That might not make sense yet, but it will. So here's the deal. If I study more, then my grade on my test could improve. So the grade on my test depends on how much I study. If I win the basketball game, it depends on how much I practice. Independent variable, it does not depend on the other one. Studying makes my test grade go up. My test grade does not make my studying happen. In fact, it's like after. So this is the cause. And this is the effect, which you talk about in reading and writing all the time. So it's the same. Yay, reading and math. Proportional relationship, it is a relationship that has a constant. And relationship is not like you and your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It's like two different numbers. So I guess unless you and your boyfriend happen to be numbers, or you and your girlfriend happen to be numbers, it doesn't work. So let's practice this. See how it goes. Every time you get a table, you need to label the X and Y. X is always on top. It's always first, just like in the alphabet. The more pounds I buy, the more it costs. If I buy more apples, I pay more dollars. So down here you see y over x. That's division, right? This is y divided by x. That's what we're doing. So start with any y and any x. I'm gonna pick this one because I like 2's. That means it is 0.7 over 2 because it's y divided by x. So when I put this in my division box, the top number goes in. Do not lose your decimal. I want it to look like a first grader got a hold of your paper. And then go ahead and do the division on that. If you were careful with your decimal, you should end up with this. And if I went too fast, that's okay. Hit pause and go ahead and finish that division because I'm going to be looking for that on your paper somewhere. All right, let's do this one. Y divided by x. What's y this time? 35. And x. Any number divided by 1 is just itself, right? So you don't even have to do that division. Go ahead and do the next one. Y divided by x. Oops, I already made a mistake. That's what I get for not paying attention. So push pause, and I need you to finish the rest of this. That is this division problem and this division problem. So you hit pause, and I'm going to hit pause, and then we'll come back and see what we found. Okay, if you have not taken the time to work out all these division problems, you need to. If you did, and you did them correctly, what do you see? Right, they're all the same. So this is what you need to know. This number right here that never changes is 0.35. Yep, the constant is 0.35. Okay, not too bad. Number 2, label your x and your y. X comes first. And now you're going to do it. Pick an easy x and y. This time, y is 232 and x is 4. So I'm going to give you the answer, so hit pause if you're not done, because I'm going to ruin it for you. I tried to do it in my head, I got 58. I might be wrong, because I did it in my head. So if I'm wrong, it's okay. Check yourself with the calculator. It's on your computer. Do the next one. So push pause if you're not done. I'm going to push pause and finish. Did you get 58 every single time? So here's how we abbreviate constant. This is so you don't have to write the word constant every time. Somebody, I don't know who, sounded it out and said that constant should be abbreviated. This is going to blow your mind. Constant should be abbreviated with the letter K. I know, it starts with the C. I think whoever came up with K, maybe they're a math person and didn't know how to spell constant. But we use K for constant. Constant for this table is 58. So here's my question. Did you finish dividing all the way down? Or did you just assume they would all be the same? Because here's what happens. You're going to get questions and they're going to say, which table has a constant, blah, blah, blah. And some will not be all the same down. So let's check out number 3. Take the time and divide all of them. First start with your X and your Y. And I like to start with the easiest to divide. So my first y is 250, and my first x is 2. So go ahead and divide that. Now, hit pause if you're not done. It's okay. The next y divided by x, I have 5 and 4. And maybe you can see it and you don't even have to actually do the division, and that's okay too. I don't believe in working if you don't have to. I'm lazy like that. When you're done with that, go ahead and divide the next one and the next one. So you're going to have to push pause and then do the work. So when you're done, were they all the same? If you're not done, push pause and finish. Check every single one because you never know. If they were all the same, tell me what constant was. If they were not all the same, I want you to write no constant. Your choice. You have to decide. Was it constant? Did it not ever change? All right, if you're not ready for number 4, you need to hit pause. I'm going on to number 4. So we are going to find the table with the constant. Only one has a constant. So what I like to do is I like to pick an easy one that is in more than one table, because then I can investigate more than one table. So I see the number 3 in a couple tables, and I see the number 2 in a couple tables. Yeah, we can go ahead and start with the first one. So I have y divided by x, and I don't even have to label these tables. Look how nice that is. Here's your y, and here's your x. Go ahead and do that division. So here's where I write it. Once I get my answer, I write it on the table somewhere, maybe in between. That way I know from 3 to 6.9 is 2.3. Now the next one is 8. So here I am, 8 and 18.4. See if that equals 2.3. If it equals 2.3, then you keep going. If it doesn't, you stop. It equals 2.3, doesn't it? And if you're not sure, hit pause. Don't trust me. So let's try the next one, since we're on a roll. I 28.6 divided by 12. Push pause and work it through. Is it 2.3? Here's the issue. I'm not done. I gotta keep dividing. Is it 2.3? It's not. It's 2.38 something something something. This does not have a constant. No constant. You got to try the next table. Or you could skip that table and try the next one. It's up to you. X and Y. .3 divided by 1. I love to divide by 1. I'm not even going to do it. I know any number over 1 is just itself. So let's do the next one. 6.6 divided by 2. Go ahead and do that. If it's 3.3, you got to move on. If it's not, you can cross off that table. So push pause, finish that middle table. Or do you even have to finish the middle table? You really don't, because neither one of these are the same as 3.3. So the middle table has no constant. Here's the deal. On a test, I would tell you, don't waste time checking the last table. If you did the first two well, you're good. Save it, come back at the end of the test and double check. But you're not taking a test, so you have time. So we're going to check our last table. I'm going to start with 2. I'll divide by 2. My y is 13.8 and my x is 2. Hit pause. And for goodness sakes, don't trust me because I already got it wrong. All right, I got 6.9. If you did not, hit pause and finish, because you really don't want to trust me for obvious reasons. Check the next one. Actually, I'm going to skip 3. I'm going to do 4 because I don't like to divide by 3. I'll come back to 3. Because I can do whatever I want, as long as I get it done. Hit pause and make sure I did it right. And then now I'm going to go back and do 3. Since 4 worked, I guess I'll check out 3. I guess. Three works. So one last one to check out, just to make sure. Just to make sure you're not taking a test. You have all the time in the world. Okay, not all the time in the world, but hit pause and finish if you need to. I went pretty fast. So, this one has the constant, and it equals 6.9. So here's the deal. I'm going to skip number 5, and I'll do number 6 with you, because number 6 looks more difficult. We are looking for the table with the constant. Which one of these do you want to start with? I want to start with this one. Look at that, dividing by 1. It makes me happy. So that's what I'm going to do. I have 4/5 and 1. Is that freaking you out? To have a fraction in a fraction? It's totally okay. And any number over 1 is just that number. What is 4/5 as a decimal? You're supposed to have that one memorized. If you don't have it memorized, you had to do a division problem. I didn't. Sad for you. Make sure you've got it memorized. Now we can check out the second xy, number 2. Y is 1.6 and x is 2. So far, so good. So do you want to do number 3 or you want to do number 4? I don't like to divide by 3 all that much. If I have a multiplication chart, I don't mind so much. So I'm going to do the 4. Y is 3.2 divided by 4. Alright, it checks out. I better check 3. Two and 2/5 divided by 3. What is 2 and 2/5 as a decimal? Right? 2.4. Not too bad. I would say this is it, but I think we should check the other tables. So, if you love fractions, you can work with the fractions. If you love decimals, you can turn them all into decimals. If you don't like any of it, well, then just pick the easiest stuff to do. So I will check this table. I'm going to use these two numbers and these two numbers, and we'll see if that helps me. I might have to do more. So my first y and x, I have 4 and 5. My next y and x, I have 6 and 4.8. All right, do I even have to finish? Is 1 point something the same as 0.8? No constant. Let's try the last one here just to make sure. I'm going to start with the whole numbers, 4 and 5, because I'm going to do what's easy first. I have 5 divided by 4. I think it's 1.25. Hit pause and double check me, because I wouldn't trust me. Now pick the next easiest one to do. Yeah, I would just pick the next one. I don't know if there's any like super easy ones. So y is 6 and x is 4.8. So far they all match. I'm going to erase this just so I have room. If you have trouble with dividing, we need to get you better at it. I promise you'll like life a lot better if you just get good at it. It's not going away. Check out the next one, y divided by x. This y is 7 and x is 5.6. Oops, I already messed up. my goodness, it's the same also. Last one. I hope it's different, because if it's not, it makes me nervous. Y is 8, and X is 6 and 2/5. What is 6 and 2/5 as a decimal? Oops. 6.4, right? We know that pattern. So Y goes in because it's on top. 6.4. Ooh. I got the same answer. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not sure which one's right. Check it out. I do have a calculator, though. Let me check myself before I wreck myself. So, I'm not going to use this calculator. That's too crazy. I'm going to use my computer calculator. Did you catch my mistake? It's got to be here somewhere. .4 divided by 3. 3.2 divided by 4. No. Maybe I didn't make a mistake. Maybe there's two that are the same. Oops. 5 divided by 4. 6 divided by 4.8. 7 divided by 5.6. 8 divided by 6.4. Oh, nope. There are two with constants. Unless I'm still making the same mistake, which, you know, truthfully happens. Can't even lie about that. You've seen it. If you're in my class, you know. If you're not in my class, you probably still know. Maybe there's just two. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they both have constants. I think that problem has a mistake. So I'm going to hit pause and I'm going to check number 5 before I set you loose. Hang on. Okay, so I put it on pause and I checked number 5. Number 5 has one constant, one table with a constant. Number 6 was only supposed to have one, but for whatever reason we found two. But number 5 is legit. 2 will be wrong. 1 will have a constant. So you're safe on that one. Finish this one and then you can do your independent practice note or your independent practice. So we practice together. You're going to finish practicing by yourself.